Hello everyone, this is Yeshua said my name. I hope you're doing well. I'm using my cell phone today to make videos. My laptop is giving me issues with sound. Thank you to those of you who were forbearing last time when I tried to upload a video and there was no sound. So I appreciate the feedback on that. So hopefully there'll be sound today. I wanted to start off with a shout out to a person who has been writing my P.O. box weekly, faithfully, sending me words of encouragement. There is no return address on the envelope. However, I want you to know that I'm receiving your correspondence, and what you say in your correspondence to me weekly means more than I have words for. You've been a tremendous blessing to me, and you know who you are. I believe this person wants to keep his or her anonymity, so I thank you for that. However, your words of encouragement mean a lot. And so those of you who are writing, I want you to know I'm getting your correspondence, even if there's no return address. But this is my way to say thank you and to give a shout out to you. Thank you so much. Before we begin, I wanted to update you on my state's numbers so far with it, what the Maryland.gov website is showing as far as numbers for this COVID-19 situation. Hopefully you can see that. Right now we're at 28,000. It looks like, and then down below it shows the counties highlighted in my state and what the numbers are. What's it? 28,163. So it says we've gone up over 1,000, which is in 24 hours, which has been our typical, actually. However, what I wanted to state is that I do believe that even though the situation is a real situation with that it's a real germ, the coronavirus. However, what I do feel is that there's an alternative agenda going on. I do believe the elites will use what is at their disposal as a tool. Never let a good crisis go to waste, so it is said. It's an old cliche. I do believe that there are alternative agendas going on. I visited my father a few days ago, and he and I discussed the same thing. He believes that there are New World Order agendas behind all this. Again, this is just my opinion. Is it a real situation? Are people really getting sick from this? Yes, they are, sadly. But we lose people every year to the regular flu. People die in car crashes. There are millions of souls, millions of babies aborted every year. And somehow most of this is overlooked. But yet we're shutting down economies and shutting down states, okay, for this germ. And again, I'm not stating it's not a real germ, but I do believe, given the lateness of the hour we are living in, that there are definitely alternate agendas going on here that are profiting the beast system, the New World Order system. Now, that's my opinion, but that's what I believe. I think it's two sides to one coin. Yes, it's a real situation, but at the same time, it is going to be used as a tool, in my opinion, to further agendas that are going on. Now, Bush Sr. and Bush Jr. didn't hold back discussing the New World Order, okay? It is not hidden any longer. It's on the back of your dollar bill, okay? The New World Order, for those of you who are new to this topic, is simply Satan's desire to bring about his own global government, okay, with him being worshipped as God on the earth and apart from Christ. When Satan said in the scriptures, I will be as the Most High, his whole agenda in working through his tools, which are the Vatican, the Jesuit order, Freemasonry, the New Age movements, cults, and things like that, they are his henchmen. They are his tools to bring about a global economy, a global religion, and a one world order, okay? And what I believe is his agenda is to be worshipped as God. This is what this beast New World Order system is all about, apart from Christ. And he has those who are working for him, hand in hand, to try and bring about this agenda, okay? Now, what I want to do also is piggyback off of a video I tried to upload a couple of days ago, but couldn't due to the lack of sound, which I greatly apologize for. I brought up a website for you in that video that I will put a link down for you to in the description section, and they are quotes from the Pope, the popes claiming down through the centuries, okay, to be God on earth. And not only have these quotes come from the mouths of the popes themselves, but also the cardinals and bishops and nuns that have served alongside them, okay? And I'll be putting a link down for you in the description section. However, I wanted to read to you a couple of quotes from one of the websites I'm giving you, if you're new to this, to show you that these quotes are indeed fulfilling in the dynasty of the papacy what was prophesied in the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation 17. All right, let me read to you a quote here. Quote, "Take care that we lose not that salvation, that life and breath, which thou hast given us. Now they're speaking about the Pope. For thou art our shepherd, thou art our physician, thou art our governor, thou art our husbandman. And it says here, thou art finally another God, with a capital G here, on the earth. And this was stated in 1512 by Christopher Marcellus. They do believe that they are God on earth. Now, what was this prophecy in Daniel? That he would exalt himself, the Antichrist, the man of sin, would exalt himself above all that is called God, okay, and all that is worshipped. The Pope does declare, and I will read you a quote in a moment, that he is able to change times and laws, that he is above the scripture, that they are able to call Christ down from his throne and have him preside over what they deem that they want done. Now, the Jesuit order are the military wing of the Vatican, and the Jesuit oath of indoctrination, it's evil to the core. And I've done videos on this before. You can still find the Jesuit oath of induction spoken of. You can still find it in the Library of Congress. It has not been rescinded, all right? So let's go over a couple of other quotes here. All right, Pope Boniface said this in a letter to the Catholic Church. Furthermore, quote, we declare, we proclaim, we define that it is absolutely necessary for the salvation of every human creature to be subject to the Roman pontiff. Okay? It says here, quote, but the supreme teacher in the church is the Roman pontiff. Union of minds, therefore, requires, together with a perfect accord in one faith, in complete submission and obedience to the will of the church and to the Roman pontiff as if he were God himself. Now, this was another quote, okay? And it was given by, let's see, who was this given by here? Okay, this was also spoken of by Pope Leo VIII. So what I'm going to say here is that this whole website here that I will give you, hopefully you can see this. I'll put the link down for you. It's quotes from top to bottom of not only popes claiming to be God on earth and taking the literal place of Christ on earth, but also the cardinals and bishops and nuns that have served under the Papal Dynasty down through the centuries. This is utter blasphemy. Okay, so and let me take you to another web page here that I sent myself on my phone. All right, have the popes really claimed to be God? Now, this is another web page I will send you with a link. Have they truly claimed to be God on earth? Do they really fulfill the prophecies of Daniel and Revelation? All right, it says here, Pope Innocent III stated, we may, according to the fullness of our power, dispose of the law and dispense above the law. Those whom the Pope of Rome doth separate, it is not a man that separates them, but God himself. For the Pope holdeth place on earth not simply of a man, okay, but of the true God. And this is from the first book of Gregory, the 9th Decretal, chapter 3. So this is just the beginning, guys. This is just the beginning. And what I want you to do is, if you have time, if you have stay-at-home orders, is to go through these websites that I will give you and prayerfully peruse the links there. Look at the quotes that are given, okay, and how this fulfills the book of Daniel. That talks about this antichrist power. Now, the word anti in the original Greek and Hebrew does not necessarily mean over and against or an open opposition to. The word anti in the original language can also mean in place of or a substitute for someone. The very Latin title, Vicarius Filii Dei in Latin, it is the papal title, and it means literally living vicariously, being Christ on earth. That's what that title means. Okay, so as you go through these quotes, you'll be amazed if you're new to this topic, what you will read, how the papal line and the papal dynasty fulfills Daniel and Revelation for what we're looking for the beast system, the Antichrist, Mystery Babylon. Many people, in my opinion, are looking for a Muslim Antichrist. Daniel tells us who to look for and where he'd come from. That the prince, the Antichrist to come, will come from the people who destroyed the city of Jerusalem and the temple. That took place under the Roman armies of Titus in 70 AD. So the man we are to look for will come out of the Roman people. Now, the final empire, according to Nebuchadnezzar's dream, was the Roman Empire. This is the modern day beast system that Daniel saw. And hopefully in the next video, I'll be breaking down for you some scripture from Daniel and Revelation 17, for those of you who are new to this, and help you understand how the papal line most definitely does fulfill the prophecies of Daniel for the man of sin, the substitute Christ on earth. And he will not come in looking like the devil. He will come in peaceably and speak flatteries, okay? God bless you, and more to come soon.